Well, anyway, I went to wipe and was so rudely interrupted screwing up. As you can hear in the background, there is a tornado warning over by me. So, well, I guess there's a little proof right there. Somebody's looking out for me. Kill the video, and all of a sudden there's a tornado warning. Figure that out, man. There's a blessing, you know. I think maybe some almighty dude up there is trying to tell us something. So, that being said, I'll give you a little look out the porch window after I took care of my hair. Managed to get the chickens all up there in their coop and tarped up to cut the rain. I'm sure they'll be retarded enough to make a mess when it gets done anyway. At least I can still show off the plants, I guess, on the deck. So they're growing pretty good. This right here is what I am so very thankful for, the blessings that how we did this, how everything seems to hold up well, and there's very little damage, especially when you have structures again like that with the greenhouse frame. I mean, there's nothing for the wind to catch, so it stays put, and same with the fence up there. So one time just ride out the storm and see what goes on. So I'm gonna stay a little dry right there, but if you can look right there, those are all those little cherry tomato plants from a couple weeks ago in those bountiful harvest planters. This right here, within 1 month of planting, should be proof enough that they're worth their weight in gold. Right over there, that is one of Fleet Farm's fabulous prefab coops. And I'm not going to try to slam Fleet Farm because they just sell it. But there's one of those Chinese-made prefab coops that run about $300. Before something broke on them, realistically, I got about 4 months use out of them. It wasn't anything the birds did to it, just very bad weather. And we didn't even have that bad weather. It was not even winter when this thing started to go. And what happened with there is we ended up going and putting foam sheets around it to insulate it, which did help them. You know, thank God all the chickens are alive. In a matter of 4 days, we'll probably be doing a little birthday video there. 1 year old, all of them. So that ended up going well. But for what I paid and the time putting it together, I will be one of my projects coming up. Is building a new coop for them. So I'm kind of rolling around my head which design I want to do right now. It'll be a little bit bigger, obviously, but we'll take care of it. We'll get her done. You're looking out there. Yeah, the rain's coming down really good. See on the coop. Come over here, come down good. But you know, one thing nice is this rain is it's steady, and it is a little windy out there, but it's not the monsoon winds, at least not yet. So everything appears to be doing okay. The tomatoes on there, in fact, too, and the planters are staked up. And the bamboo poles there staked too are tied together to give it added support. So we're set pretty good there. And one thing too, aside of growing your food, is doing more from scratch. Since we're inside, I'm going to kind of show you what we've got when we went to the Amish place. So I'm going to rest this bad boy up on there a minute. And by using these ingredients, I have to say the few recipes we tried to experiment really put store-bought to shame. And it's much cheaper. A good one is starting out with mac and cheese, and this is the powdered cheddar cheese that we got. This is pretty expensive online. 35 bucks, I think, or 39 bucks I paid for 5 pounds. And this one is, I think, was $3.25 for 9 ounces. So we're already getting $8 cheaper by buying the smaller ones. This was, when we did it, was 4 heaping tablespoons of this. And we got some powdered milk too. And we used 2 tablespoons of this. It was good enough for a cheese base. The only thing we use is regular noodles, and you leave some water at the end. If you want to add butter, that's fine. It can't hurt. But aside of prepping and saving and trying to live a little bit better and reduce, it was bland. So instead of trashing the whole thing, I didn't want to waste too much more. And I was at Woodman's in Menominee Falls the other day, and for $3.99 I got 1 pound of chili powder. It's some bulk chili powder, 2 heaping teaspoons of this, and it just about made the perfect tasting chili mac. So that was awesome. I mean, and I'm realistically, yeah, it's, if we were to probably add a can of tomatoes, we'll probably make one excellent bar chili with a pound of beef or so, or goulash, or whatever you want to add some dessert. Another ingredient, extremely hard, for the most part, has been sold out online for about 2 years. I've been looking. This, I think we paid $4.50 for 12 ounces, which is still a bargain. And this is probably about 3 12-ounce containers of it. This is powdered sour cream. We added 4 heaping tablespoons of that and 2 tablespoons of powdered milk. And I'll tell you what, it will put any stroganoff-like dish to shame. You add some mushrooms to that, perfect. And those measurements I gave you, that is for 1 pound of pasta. So it's a complete meal right there. And the total cost without meat, you're probably looking at about $1.50 for 1 meal for 5 people in my case. So it's something to really look at. The price of the powdered milk was $6.99 for 8 dry quarts, and or 2 gallons, which may seem like a lot, but the cheapest you will find that is Walmart, and it's still about $3 more. So again, much higher quality, much healthier, and that would be the way to go. I've noticed in there it is extremely worth it just to go there just for the ingredients. Pancake mix, my new addiction there, and I have no problem groveling to my lovely wife to make them on a daily basis. They're that good. Is this pancake mix we got? It was like $6.98 and it was for 5 pounds. But I'll tell you what, we've done a ton. Well, we've done about 3 or 4 runs, and we got about half left, I think, of the 2 bags we bought. And our runs, by the way, is everybody makes a pig out of themselves because they're that good, and they put IHOP to shame. So that's a definite thing to stock up on. And then aside of that, too, I'm also blessed with lunches for the rest of the week. That's a bonus for me. Starts my day off right. And I show you. Okay. Look at her. Son, come here. I've seen that smile. You know you got me. You know you got me. Yeah, see? Yeah, I have no shame. If I'm going to be a slave to someone, it's going to be to my woman. Because, hey, I chose her, she chose me, and the Almighty put us together, so if that's all I got to do for a meal, to sell my freedom to her, hey, so be it, man. I got no shame in saying I think with my stomach. None whatsoever. And so, yeah, you can say basically, she's got me. So, that's about all I wanted to add on. I can't think of too much more. I did want to show off our garden a little more, but no. We had to have a national weather advisory. Tornado warnings can be selfish. It's terrible. Why do they do that? Hey, shouldn't they be in Oklahoma or Florida or something? Go. We just got done with a bunch of crappy weather thanks to a hurricane 2,000 miles away. What more do you want? Well, okay, that's enough right there. So, but as you can see too, weather's starting to calm down a little bit more out here, and that's the end result. That's the result right there. That do the job, do it right. You don't have to spend a fortune to make or create. It's just a willingness to learn, a willingness to fail too. A lot of times, I'm relatively new to a lot of gardening, so and a lot of my ideas, there's been a few that have already failed, and you know something? I'm all right with that because I know what not to do next year. And then if it keep failing at the same thing, well, maybe it's looking at a different seed. Maybe it's looking at a different soil. And hey, maybe they just don't grow with the crap in my zone. And which is, I believe it's now classified Zone 4A. I still stick to the old zone of 3 because we're a lot more safer, and let's face it, if it grows well on the Canadian border, we should be able to take care of it here, no problem. So, that being said, can think of anything else? Yes, there are. Physical copies of books. Unless you're willing to subscribe to the theory of the Faraday cage, which is basically a tin box to negate radiation of any EMP, electromagnetic pulse attack, where the grid shuts down. And even then, there's no guarantee. One thing you're going to need is books. And I will show you right now some of my books that we use, that we have gotten, that are a real deal and full of knowledge. One is one of the main ones we bought, and I gotta say, this is the only one I bought at Barnes & Noble, and I will not go there again. A, because it's expensive, but B, pardon my French, but they really piss me off getting political and everything, and I'm sorry. My money spends just as good as anyone else, especially when it is my money that I work for, versus the money I work for that the taxpayer got to buy on some liberal BS, so ain't gonna happen. But this book, Country Wisdom and Know-How, as you can see right here, the thing is huge. Most of these books sell for about $20, but I will say this alone has more knowledge you will probably ever need to be self-sufficient. Another book I've bought online, and I recommend eBay
thrift books. A lot of times, most of these $20 and $30 books I've gotten, including the good ones you see at Menards, like the bushcraft ones, those usually are about $3 to $7 used. But one I got for the kids to learn because, again, after the liberals had to sit there and invade the scouts, and it's no longer about actual learning scouting or anything there. For your kids, that I got for stuff, this book is awesome. It is Camping and Wilderness Survival. Put out by Paul Taurel. And I'm trying to see right here what the price is on here. I believe this is about $29.99, this book new. And used at a store was going for $16.99. I think I paid $3.98 for this on it with free shipping. And it comes by media mail, so you know you do have to wait sometime. Getting back to that Country Wisdom and Know-How, they have a few other books of a different series. And if you bear in mind for 1 minute, I'm going to leave the video for a second. They have other books in a slightly bigger format. I don't know if you guys remember the Mother Earth News, that huge magazine that was like, 2 feet tall and 5 feet wide or whatever. Well, this is about 14 by 18 inch book, and it's slightly smaller, but it is full of knowledge. Even at just an inch, there's 500 pages in this, and for gardening straight, this Garden Wisdom and Know-How. Yeah, I know it's a little backwards, but I can't do much with the mirror image. This book, though, will have anything you ever need. Another one put out by him, the Survival Wisdom and Know-How. An awesome read as well. Probably being self-sufficient too, aside of whether you want to do side gigs or whatever, or you're crafting. Well, they got a book for that. The Crafting Wisdom and Know-How. Each of these books, again, had a $29.99 price on, or $19.99 or whatever, $24.95. Each of them I paid $3.98 shipped on eBay. They're in perfect condition. There may be a little bend in the cover, but hey, the amount of money you save, I would say on average when I do buy books, I'll buy about 8 to 10 at a time there. And realistically, they're probably about $150 in price if I bought them new. And a lot of times I will not even spend $39 and $40 on them. So you're talking some serious money and some serious savings. The two final things I want to show you today for reading, I did have subscription, and I probably let them lapse, but I'll probably renew them again when there's a sale. One, Hobby Farms. And especially this one, the New Pioneer. This magazine has, since we, aside of garden, we raise chickens, there's, you name it, if there's a question, you can always find an answer. This is one of the few magazines, this New Pioneer, that I am not kidding. You can probably read every article in this magazine and get something out of. So, I do apologize for the uninterruption. Hit the wrong button out there while wiping off, and lo and behold, I had to make a 2-part video, so that's okay though. So everybody, I hope you have an awesome Sunday tomorrow. So sorry I won't be able to have any other video tomorrow. But as I said, I'm going to spend Father's Day with my father, and we will all be out of town. So we will see you next week, and everybody have an awesome weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and we'll see you later.